Hello, everyone. I'm Saren,
And I'm Michael.
and today we are continuing our album reaction for Saga's very first album, uh, called Saga. For those who don't know, this right here is my wonderful father, and he just so happens to be the singer of the band Saga.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. Now, I've really only heard a very small fraction of the music that he's created. So we wanted to start the series where I go through all of the Saga albums and really take a deep dive, listening to the catalog, getting some inside scoops from the man who wrote the music himself. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're on track 4 right now, called Will It Be You.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. We've been 3 for 3. Let's try not to ruin that streak.
I'll do my best.
No, this I'm excited. Let's get right into it. Nice opening.
Yeah.
It's so happy. I love it. Sorry to pause it, but so far it's fantastic. I did want to bring up, for those who don't know, this is called Will It Be You, in parentheses, Chapter 4.
Right.
What does Chapter 4 mean?
The chapters are a series of songs intentionally done out of order to confuse and
to manipulate the audience.
Well, it's a whole story in 16 chapters, rather than be really heavy-handed and come out of the gate as a brand new band with a concept album,
yeah.
16 songs, like a double album. It's
pretty
risky, if not.
It's more
impossible.
like the entire catalog has that.
Yeah. So not the entire. I mean, we took a break from it for a bit, but the idea of breaking it up and also doing it on a sequence, it was almost like an insurance policy that we could do more albums, because in order to finish the story, we had to.
Hey guys, we got to finish the story.
So yeah. Hence, and it makes it more interesting. It's like a little
right, yeah,
like a fun game. And the lyrics are left intentionally semi-vague, so you can have your own interpretation of exactly what's going on. It's a sci-fi themed story starring this guy in the back, GB, Golden Boy. Whatever you want to call him. He's been called many things over the years, trust me. But yeah, it was meant to be meant to have fun with. That's why it's intentionally out of order. Chapter 4, for example, is the end track on side 1 of the vinyl.
Yeah.
Side 2 is chapter 6. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Tired World. But yeah, it's a complete story, 16 chapters, and this is the 4th installment. But you have to get a bunch of albums in order to get the whole story.
As we progress, for those of you,
but you can hear the difference in the music already.
Yeah,
the
it's
chapter songs. Chapter songs are decidedly more epic-y sounding, more.
I noticed that this song, as well as the other chapter song on the record, which is "Tired World" Chapter 6, are both of the longest songs.
They generally tend to be a bit longer because you're saying a lot more, and it's more expressive. It's more grandiose for most of the parts. I mean, there are a couple of ballads, of a reasonable length, but for the most part, you can tell which ones. And when we're doing an album, writing the music, it almost lets you know which ones want to be chapters, because you'll be listening back to, oh, this one sounds really, you know what, that should be one of the chapters on the new album, and we'll call it chapter, let's see, what could be happening, let's call it chapter 4.
Right, yeah.
And this will be what it's about at this
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
You know, so it almost writes itself in that sense.
Yeah.
Doing it that way.
Yeah. As we go through, for all of you who are new to this, as I am, let's hear your thoughts on the story as it's unfolding non-chronologically, I suppose.
Even for those of you who are familiar and
yeah.
you've had a chance to live with the all 16.
Yeah. We want to hear your personal interpretations, because I've seen a lot of different interpretations online of the story.
And I don't want to give it, just say, well, this is what it's about.
This is what it is. You know?
Because there are so many things we could do with it.
Many
iterations of it. It could be an animated thing. It could be a stage production. We don't know. But it's there to be had more fun to have with it. So rather than give it all away, we'll save that conclusion to when it's maybe either a film or chord pad's good.
So big sounding, I love it. I love the horn.
Big fanfare.
Is that a real horn?
There's that pesky held note again.
Those little accents are nice.
Yeah.
I love this groove. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Wait for it.
Oh. I'm sorry to pause, but that's such a good change right
It's
there.
always been, for Dylan and I, when we play this song live, because I'm up at the keyboards with him, and we know that's coming.
Oh,
and it gets us every time. We just look at each other and we just, our heads go back and just hit that chord. It's just, I mean, to listen to it is one thing, to hit that chord playing.
Oh, yeah.
It's just,
to know you're making that sound.
Yeah. And it's just one of those lovely changes. I wait for it.
Almost ominous at this part. That's so cool. That's so cool. It feels like it's going this way through the headphones. If you're wearing headphones, you can probably hear the panning that's going on. It's so cool. Is that sound like a synth that's going to...
It is a synth. And I was going to say that you mentioned, is it a real horn? We would spend sometimes hours, if not an entire day, working on one song, one sound. Like that sound you're hearing, the just getting it just right.
Because it sounds like it's a guitar, like chugging,
like
but it's
treated
like, but yeah, it's like a really weird guitar
it's
sound.
A synth. Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's exactly what we needed for that. So it's just finding that sound. We're obsessed with.
It's so cool sounding. I've never heard that before. That scratch is great there. That's so cool. Ooh, yeah, that's cool coming in there. This sounds like so different to like the small bit I've been exposed to live. Mm-hmm. This sounds so different to my preconceived notion of the sound of the band, and it's so cool.
The chapters, like I said, they stand out. You can tell they're chapters.
Yeah.
And it's just, but when this is a great live song.
Yeah.
When we hit that chorus.
I would listen to this legitimately, just on my own.
Oh.
I might not a lot because there is a bit of a weirdness factor that it's my dad. You know, it's funny. I can't hear it.
I can't listen to that.
It's fantastic. It's impossible for me to listen to it and not hear.
You can't listen to it 100% objectively. It's impossible.
Well, of course, but it would be funny to like listen to it just for fun sometimes, because I can't get it out of my head that it's you, and it's just fun. It's just amusing to think about that fact, but is great.
Thank you. Wait for it.
Oh, back into that part.
But there's more this time.
Oh, that's beautiful. That guitar on top. Oh. Dude, come on. That is great.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces. It's one of my favorite things we've ever written.
That's so good. Oh. That was a phenomenal ending.
Thank you. We worked on that to get it specifically. Because it's not like going
right,
and it's just there. It just lands properly. But so it just
satisfying.
Comes out of the other piece. Like
yeah.
No,
that was I can imagine. That was
one of my faves.
I think that's that so far. I think that's tied with me for Climbing the Ladder. I might prefer this one a little bit more to Climbing the Ladder.
A little bit epic.
It's a little bit more epic-y. I love the vibe of it so much. Those synths in there, it's so
the chord
gorgeous.
changes in the chorus kill me.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Even to this day.
That was great. Wow.
Cool. 4 for 4.
4 for 4. Ah. Who knew?
Yeah.
You know?
It's going well.
It's going really good. I like to think of this as like it's like a test or an interview. You know, I'm judging each one.
I like it.
No, this is great. I would be honest with you if I didn't like it.
I'm sure you would.
Cool. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time when we flip over to side 2, starting with The Perfectionist. So I'm excited for that one.
Stories about that one as well.
It's going to be great.
Thanks for joining us.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.
See you next time.